Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. My name is Lavinia. We are going to be drawing this Zentangle today. It's called Trimond by Beth Snodderly. So I have my tools here, some various ink pens, graphite pencil, my charcoal pencil, eraser, and this is the journal which I'm going to go ahead and draw this particular Zentangle. And I think I will be adding it as part of the larger string to this. Don't know if I will get to that in this particular video, just depending on how long it takes. So the first thing I'm going to do, here I have 4 sections, but I think for this one I'm going to draw just 3, and I think that will give me a little bit larger space to put these in. I don't know if it's called Trimond, maybe like a diamond, but with 3 points. Sometimes I look at the names of the Zentangle and try to think, oh, what was the creator thinking when they gave it the name? So I try to guess. So I'm going to go ahead and draw 3 sections here, or at least let's start with the first one. And then I'm just going to draw a 3rd line. You can just do 1 if you'd like to. You don't have to do the whole tile like that. And then I'm going to, trying to see if I could keep it in line, but it just might be out, but let me bring this a little bit closer so you can see. So I'm going to draw these initial triangles. So just a zigzag line. I think I'll start here. And however many you can get in. And if it's only that many, then that's how many you get in. And then from there, I'm going to draw these little triangular shapes. So it's going to go into the opposite direction. So let's go ahead first and add that line. And I think I'm going to add the line in all 3 of these triangles. Maybe this one might be just a little portion right there. So this one is pointing up, the large triangle is. So we're going to make this one pointing down. And then I'm going to ink it in. So this one's pointing down, so this one will point up. So it's just going into the opposite direction. If they're not the same size, don't worry about that. So this triangle piece would be pointing up. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to do is just draw these little petal shapes. And I think I might go down to my 0.3 just because it's a finer point. So just whatever shape. So this is the base of it, and you're trying to angle towards the corner. So if that helps, they don't have to look the same, so don't worry about that. So this one will come on down this way. That one will head towards that corner, and that one like that. If you want to turn your page, go ahead and do that. So this, we'd probably see just a little bit, perhaps, of that. And maybe just a hint of this one coming down that way. So we've done that, and now what we're going to do is put in these little diamond shapes. So this one will have a portion of one, just the tip of it there, and maybe we might see just the tip of one there. And then, so on the large base, we're going to go ahead and put one here, and we're also going to put that one facing down. So an upward triangle and a downward facing triangle, upward and downward. And then here towards the middle, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. So one triangle there and one triangle there. Again, just a little diamond like that. So that is the first set of the Trimond. So that pretty much is it. That's your fragment. And then if you want to continue, so what I am going to do here is, let's see. So I think I'm going to maybe start here. So this is going to come down this way. Trying to center it, but that's okay. This will come up that way. This will come down this way and then back up that way. And now you're just going to repeat the pattern. So I'm just going to put in those lines first, I think. There would be a partial one there. So this point is downward facing, so we're going to go upward. This will be downward. That will be upward. And this partial one is facing down. And we're going to go ahead and ink those in. Like that, and then do the same thing. We're going to have this as the base and put that petal shape type heading into the corners. Mine obviously do not look the same, and that's okay. Then there would be a partial one going up that way, and then this one coming down that way. We're going to go ahead and add those diamond shapes. Now, if you want to add a little bit more flourish here or tangulations, you most certainly can. Go ahead and do that if you'd like. I'm just going to stick with the basics, at least for now, but I will add the graphite. So 2 opposite facing triangles. And then we're going to go ahead and add the one here at the bottom. Probably a little piece there. One here, and then the bottom one. Okay, like that. And maybe here there might be one that we would see as well. I think we would see that one. Okay. All right, and then we're just going to go ahead and do that again. So this is going to come up this way. And again, if you want to use pencil, you can go ahead and do that before using the ink. If mine aren't exactly even, I'm okay with that. Right there. Same thing. I'm just going to go ahead. For me, it's easier, I think, to just put in those lines first and then put in the triangles. So this one's going to be facing up. That one will be facing up. Okay, and then we are just going to go ahead and put those petals in. And you can make these as long as you'd like. Okay, like that. And then we're going to go ahead and put in those little diamond shapes or triangles. So and then here at the bottom, we're just going to put the one triangle. Just as we had done here at the top, just that half triangle. And that is it. This is Trimond. I think I will add the name here. I am going to add the graphite. I have to figure out, let's see where I might want to put the graphite in, perhaps on the edges. Let's see what that looks like. This one here. I think that'll give it just a little bit of dimension. And don't forget, if you have an eraser and you think that maybe you've put either too much graphite or graphite in an area that you don't want it, just use your eraser and lift that off. I think that's looking good, actually. I like that. Let's see. I don't think I'm going to add any white charcoal to this. I think this looks good just the way it is. So I'm going to add this to the larger page. I'll just do that as a separate video though.